At this point, I've talked to a bunch of people about their personal finances, like a lot of people, and I talk to even more people every single day. And I just wanted to make this video to sort of distinguish the mindset that people have that win and succeed and the mindset that people have that don't, right? So think about anything in life. There's always going to be a top 10, 20%. There's always going to be a bottom 10, 20%, and then there's going to be a big chunk of people in the middle, right? Think about school, like there's always the kids that get the 98s every test, there's the kids that get the 62s every test, and then everyone else is in between, right? Just like any skill or anything that you're trying to learn. So the biggest thing that I have found so far is the people that do the best in terms of improving their personal finances, and this is mostly done through tracking things like budgeting or looking at your debt or just sort of organizing your finances, creating a goal, and then crushing it faster than you could have done previously, right? I'll try to narrow this down the best that I can, but the biggest trait that I see that people have or don't have is some people just label themselves as the victim in their personal finances, right? And those are the people that just don't succeed, and they don't try as hard to succeed because they've had these outside factors creep into their mind, and they think that that's the reason why they're not doing XYZ. Now, mind you, there's going to be some cases where, of course, maybe there's external factors at play here, right? But the people that don't win, like the excuses that I've gotten so far are, I help people pay down their debt faster, right? So sometimes people are talking to debt consolidation companies, and I'll maybe have, a call or two with this person, and then they're like, you know what, the debt consolidation company, they didn't approve my consolidation or whatever, and I'm really sad, and I don't think I can continue to go through with this. And it's like, okay, like, that's up to you, I guess. What about them saying no is going to impact your life? Now you're just dictating your whole rest of your life based on this one decision. And quite honestly, it didn't have anything to do with you. They said yes or no. They said no. So you could either accept it and move forward and try to win, or you can accept it and just try to sit there and you can pout the whole time, right? So then there's people on the other hand that the people that have the best results with the people that, the people that I've worked with so far are people that are like, you know what, whatever's happened in my personal finances up until this point are completely my fault. Even if I can look at one or two things and be like, you know what, this was sort of out of my hands here or whatever, they don't allow that to creep in their mind. They're like, these are my personal finances, right? They're personal for a reason. So if they're shit, then it's because of something that I did or did not do, and I take full responsibility. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you are amazing, because that's just truly what it is. If you look at anything, like, people are so quick to blame someone else these days, like point the finger at outside factors, like, oh, it's the government, or oh, it's my boss, or oh, it's the blah blah blah. And it's just like a terrible way to like think about it. Like, okay, it is the government. Now what? Are you just going to fail your whole life, or do you want to try to win and like get out of the hole that you're in? You can blame the government. You can blame the cost of living. You can blame, your boss sucking. Like everyone has the same thing. Like everyone deals with the same stuff. Like you're not this like unique person that deals with these things by yourself. It's just more about how are you going to deal with it? Like, how are you going to move forward? Like, okay, sure, this thing happened. Now what? You're just never going to have it get fixed? You're never going to try to improve? Like, that's fine. But just know that that's on you now. Sure, maybe you didn't cause the situation, but you're going to let it dictate the rest of your life or the rest of your week or month, right? And it's just like, you got to move on. You got to try to fix it another way. You got to be resourceful. You got to do the thing. So like going back to that debt consolidation thing, like, okay, they said no to debt consolidation, but like, people have paid down debt without consolidating it. So what's the action plan here? Like, we can still figure this out. So, okay, we have a lot of debt. We have a low income. So there's two ways that we can really pay this down faster. Is one, we need to increase our income. Two, we need to reduce our expenses. And three, we could probably just do both at the same time, right? People have done that. People have done all three of those options. People have, created more skills for themselves, made themselves more valuable in the workplace, and they've made more money. They've made more income. They've progressed up the ranks throughout time, right? People have looked at their budget and they've cut money out of their budget and they've reduced their expenses. That's another way people do it. And then there's people that have done both of those things. Like, shocking, right? Wild stuff. So there is a way out. And yeah, it stinks that you're going to be paying these high interest rates for a little bit longer, but like, that's the game. I don't know. Like, they said no, you got to move on. You got to figure it out another way. So like, how can you make more money at work? How can you be more intentional with your finances? How can you really, really focus these next couple of years on your financial goals? And I think that's the problem. I think people are trying to reach financial goals faster than they realize that they can be reached in their certain situation at the time. Like, if you're making $50,000 and you have $40,000 in debt, like, you're not going to have $1 million in the bank in less than 5 years if you don't make a change. Like, you're just not. The math does not math on that one. So I guess the whole point of this video is, how can you turn a negative situation for you into a positive situation for you, right? How can you look at it and be like, you know what? Maybe it's not my fault, but at the end of the day, like, I'm the one responsible for my personal finances. No one else should care as much as I do about my personal finances. I'm the only one who can fix it. And that is actually the best thing about this, is you actually can fix it. Okay? You can fix it. Everyone goes through like ups and downs. No one has a perfect life with no problems. You just have to like take the punches for what they are, and you have to go with it, and you have to just find another solution. You can't get all sad because someone said no and it was a plan that you thought was going to work and you thought it was going to like help you get out of your hole. Like, okay, they said no, like, what's the next plan? There's always a next plan. So we just got to find the next plan. So yeah, guys, I just had to get that one off my chest a little bit. Make sure that and not just working with me, but like, when you're trying to solve a problem, you got to find a solution to win with that problem. Okay. The first thing that you think of might not work. Oh my gosh. Right. And that's okay. Like, things fail. I'm failing all the time. I'm failing every day with this personal finance business thing. Like, I'm failing at certain things and I'm getting better at certain things, but I'm also failing. Okay. So just keep accepting that you're going to fail, and then rework your strategy. Like, that's it. It might take longer, or it might be different. It might be a different path that you have to take, but like, just do it. Don't be a whiner, be a winner. Okay. I'm uploading daily videos to help you with your personal finances. So let me know if there's any topic that you'd like to see next, and I will see you in the next one.